Anyway, let's go back to the calls here. Let's talk with Jacob. Jacob, you're with Allworth Money Matters.
Hi, Pat and Scott. I'm a lot younger than your average caller. I'm 22 and married, so
what's taking you so long?
Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys could impart some financial knowledge for the younger generation, like me. So like my wife and I, we started 401k.
How old were you? Just out of curiosity. And like, it's funny because 50 years ago, this would have been normal. Today, it's what percentage of kids are married at 22?
I was married.
Very low.
Yeah.
I was married at 23 and I had just turned 23. My wife was 22. We just celebrated
I was married at 25.
39th anniversary.
We got married when we were 20.
Repeat.
It was right before 21.
Okay, you were 20 years of age. All right. So what's your question for us?
So right now we have like extra savings that we're trying to buy a house within 2 years, and we also have extra savings, and we're not sure if we should split our extra savings between like just into our 401k and Roth IRA for retirement, or if we should try and invest it in some way towards purchasing a house, given that it's so expensive to buy a house.
What's your family income?
We make about $5,000 a month.
Between the two, between the two of you.
Two of us.
So $60K a year. How much money do you have saved?
$70,000 towards a house.
Wow.
And like $10,000 for emergency fund.
So $80,000. How much do you have in your 401ks?
She just started hers, and then I have about $10,000.
And how much are you putting into the 401ks?
We put in so she gets 4% match, so she's putting in 4% to take that 100% advantage. And then I put in around $200 a month.
And do you have a match?
I do not have a match.
Okay.
And how did you accumulate the $70,000?
Just saving throughout high school, from a young age, and then saving from having low expenses over the last few years.
Do you have term insurance on yourself and your spouse?
No.
All right. So here's what I would do. I like the fact that you're putting the money away for your wife in the 401k because she actually has a match. Rather than because yours has no match, I would use the Roth IRA.
Okay.
And the reason I'd use the Roth IRA is you can pull that money out up to $10,000 for purchase of a home.
Okay.
And so it gives you a little bit more flexibility, and you don't need a tax deduction. I would buy some term insurance on each other, probably $300,000, $400,000, maybe $500,000 each on the outside.
And I think that what's important about that, I'm assuming you don't have any kids yet?
No kids yet.
That the plan is to have children at some point?
Yeah, the plan is to have children after we hopefully buy a house to
I mean, the thing about getting insurance is you get it while you're insured. You can be insured. No one knows what happens to our health, but something happens and suddenly you can't get insurance, or it's very expensive. Then it becomes quite problematic.
And so I would use the Roth IRA. And where is that money invested in that $70,000 that you're saving for the house? Where do you have that parked right now?
We have it in a high yield savings, so
I knew you did.
About 4.5%.
I knew you did.
Yeah.
I think you're doing great.
Yeah. The question. Yeah. So I like the idea of Roth because you can pull those dollars out if you need them for the
purchase of the home,
and if you don't, then you can turn around and invest them. I would have them conservatively invested in the Roth because you might use it for. And what's a house going to cost you?
Well, we live in the Sacramento area. We're in Rockland, so the median house is we're looking at $400,000 to $500,000.
You could be in the marketplace right now. You have enough for a down payment.
I feel like we have enough for a down payment, but not enough for the monthly.
Making the monthly nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to get 20% down so that you avoid PMI, payment mortgage insurance. And then you're the perfect candidate for every state and federal program for first-time home buyers.
Yeah. Have you talked to a mortgage person?
We've talked to a few mortgage people. My wife's in real estate, so she has
Okay,
a
all
lot of
right. Then you guys know what you're doing.
Yep. But doing a great
By
job.
the way, you know what you're doing anyway.
Correct. I know. Good job.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
Okay, so just kind of keep it going into 401k, and then for me as a Roth,
That's correct.
don't open maybe a brokerage and put it into the hair.
No.
I wouldn't invest these dollars at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because you want cash available. You find the right house at the right price. You want to be able to close as quick as possible. And like the worst thing is, let's say you put it in the markets in some way, and it just happens to be that the markets are down, and you're like, shoot, that $5,000 I put in is now worth $4,500.
I have an opinion though, Scott, that maybe I should or shouldn't share. You and your spouse should be actually investing as much in yourself as you possibly can, either through your education or a trade.
Yeah.
That's the key to wealth.
Well, for me, I graduate in a year, and I'm doing engineering.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course you are.
Right. You know how many parents out there right now are saying, I wish this kid was single. How many are like, where was my daughter when this guy got married? Yes. Yeah.
Or I'm going to send this interview to my son.
Yeah. So, and your spouse as well, as much as you guys can invest in either your education or your trade or both, the better off you'll be. And you know that.
Yeah.
What type of engineering?
Mechanical.
I will go into any building that you design.
Yep. Mechanical, probably more towards aerospace, though.
Oh, perfect. I will fly in any plane that you're involved in the design of. Well, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you.
Of course, everyone's like.
I was.
My only concern with Jacob is like, make sure you have enough fun along the way, because we've seen it, Pat, where there are people that don't spend a dime.
But I'm sure look. Maybe this is fun for him.
That's a good point,
right? Maybe this is fun for him. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's important for him, and that's
clearly
the fun of
important.
it. And that's
he's very responsible.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wasn't like that at 22.